When you think or hear the word power, what comes into your mind? Do you think about physical power such as weightlifting? Or perhaps you think about superpowers? Or maybe, just maybe, you think about magical powers like those found in Harry Potter, Wingardium Leviosa. Actually, the power I want to focus on pertains to social relationships. Many researchers have agreed that this definition of power is something along the lines of the imbalance of control and influence over decisions between two or more people in a given situation. Power is a good thing, right? I mean, power gives us some sense of control in our lives, which is nice if you think about how unpredictable life can be. Actually, in most cases, power is not a good thing. Oftentimes, a misguided sense of power leads to the absence of empathy. Let's go back to the definition of empathy. Empathy has three components: perspective taking, which is understanding how another is feeling; emotion congruence, which is feeling what someone else is feeling and sharing that experience; and empathic accuracy, which is the measure of one's ability to accurately perceive the changes in the emotions of others. Without empathy, however, it will further divide us from each other. So, where's the evidence? Well, one study by Galinsky and colleagues primed participants to think about moments when they were or weren't under the power of others. The participants then completed a few tasks, one of which was to draw a capital E on their foreheads as quickly as they could with their dominant hands. What the researchers focused on was the direction that the participants' E's faced. If it was drawn to their right, it matched their perspective. If it was drawn to the left, it matched others' perspectives. It was concluded that participants in higher power conditions were less likely to take the perspective of others. In another study conducted by Piff and colleagues, they had participants come in and play Monopoly. The researchers made the participants feel rich in a variety of ways, such as giving them extra money at the start of the game, letting them play as the fancy car instead of the shoe, and letting them roll 2 dice instead of just 1. It's important to understand that it didn't matter whether or not the participants were liberal or conservative. All that mattered was that they felt like they were in a position of power, and in this case, it only mattered if they psychologically felt like they were wealthy. With this in consideration, the researchers controlled the experiment so that some participants from both high and low socioeconomic statuses would feel rich throughout the game. After the game, the participants completed a survey. One of the questions was, how much do you think you deserve to win the game? The people with the mindset that they were wealthy felt entitled to win the game. They were a bit more rude, a bit more demanding and controlling. Overall, the people who felt like they were wealthy began to believe that their success was solely based on their individual skills and talent. They began to forget about the many other factors that contributed to their relative position of success. A recent study conducted by Sarah Conrath shows that empathy levels in American college students are declining. Sarah Conrath, however, pointed out something important. The fact that empathy is declining means that there is more fluidity to it than previously thought. It means that empathy can change. It can go up